Follow him on Twitter, Pete Medhurst. Listen to his, I think your 5 a.m. flash is fantastic because if you don't stay up late, Pete gives you all the skinny. It's usually around 5:22. Sometimes 5:23, 24.
It's the 5:22 flash?
Yeah.
5:22 flash.
We need to rebrand it.
Right around 5:52 and change flash. So
Yeah, those are more lengthy updates from Pete.
it's good show prep for JP.
All right,
Yes.
so what do you – I could use it too, believe me. So how do you feel about the moves that Rizzo's made? I don't know where you stand. Are you – deep down, let's pull aside all of the broadcaster Pete stuff and your 800 jobs. Are you an Orioles fan?
No, I'm a Nats fan.
You are a Nats fan?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I would have bet on Orioles.
I would have
Wow.
too.
No.
Okay,
Nats fan.
good.
I'm a Washington. I've always been a Washington sports supporter.
Right.
So,
Dude,
you
you're
know.
all right with me because I wasn't on
It does.
Right?
You're right. Thing, what they did. You knew they were not giving away Robles. You knew they weren't going to give away the likes of a Juan Soto, who they're very, very high on. They've exhausted the pitchers that some really be interested in outside of Fetty, based on what they've done so far in the minors. I mean, their best guys now, because of what they've given away, are really further down in the food chain. So based on what they gave up to get what they've acquired, I mean, you're talking about, look, Dusty Baker's MO has always been he loves to match up in the back end of that bullpen over the last couple of innings. Well, now he can do it because you already got Perez, another lefty down there in the bullpen. You can go left, right as much as you want now because you've got the right combination of guys in which to do it. I think the fascinating thing is I think we're watching the evolution of Doolittle.
I agree with
right
you.
in front of our eyes.
I wouldn't pull him from that spot
and obviously his numbers against lefties are what they are. I mean, they're superb. But the thing
Lefties just don't hit him.
They don't hit. But the thing that got me was in Arizona, he's up there against Paul Goldschmidt, who's as good a right-handed hitter as there is in the game. And he absolutely smoked him with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball to strike him out. That tells me he's got the makeup and the stuff to do it.
The part.
The biggest thing for him is whether he's going to remain, like any pitcher, you just got to remain healthy to be able to do it for a good portion of the season. But now what Dusty has is he's got options. If he goes to Doolittle a couple nights in a row, because you know you've got you play 7 or 8, 9 games in a row without an off day. If you need to go to Kinsler or you need to go to Madsen, now you can go to one of those guys to close out a game, and they've all done it.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic. A month ago, we all agreed. Everyone knew it. Anybody paying attention knew the Nats didn't have a bullpen to do anything.
They had a kryptonite.
They had a massive Achilles heel that was not going to serve them well in the playoff. They would have advanced, not at all. They now, in my opinion, without mortgaging their future, have as good a shot as anybody to win this thing.
I would, and you guys were talking about Yu Darvish earlier. Let's look at Yu Darvish as he stands today. Yu Darvish is a guy that, has had tremendous health issues the last couple of seasons.
He's coming off a Tommy John.
His strikeouts per 9 innings have gone down by almost 2 from last year to this year. He's imminently more hittable than he's been, and you don't know if in September his arm may go clinkety-clunk and they're going to be calling AAA to try and get him repaired because he's a very fragile guy as well. It's going to be interesting to see. Plus, I also think it tells you what maybe they've got the young kid, obviously, in the rotation. You don't know how that's going to be. They've got the young hitters in the rotation like Bellinger. You don't know how those guys are going to react come playoff time. So as much of this advantage we give the Dodgers based on getting Darvish and adding him to the rotation might also tell you what they think of Kershaw and how much they're going to be able to have of him and use him when he comes back.
Right. It might bode well for the Nats. I mean, this guy might not. I mean, you got a back
and you know what? And look,
that's a real deal.
And the other thing too is the Dodgers, allegedly, in on a couple of other guys, but the Dodgers been imminently stingy about giving away prospects. They had opportunities to get better players, more experienced players, to deal a Bellinger and players like that, and they just refused to do it. So, again, the Dodgers appear to be a team that just doesn't want to give away the farm system because they've seen some of the fruits of their labor with a guy like Bellinger who's developing into just a tremendous left-handed hitter right before our eyes.
Give the Dodgers credit. They went out and they made moves, and they're going all in. And if everybody wants to crown them and make them the favorites, fine. Be the favorites. Bear the burden of those expectations. I like very much where the Nats sit right now.
Phone number is 800-636-1067. Want to hear from Nats fans. They did make a move. They bolstered the bullpen. Of course, got a great performance from Gio last night. Doolittle's now 4 for 4. as a closer, and now Kinsler could step in as a closer or maybe a 7th, 8th inning guy. We'll see.